Hello everyone, once again welcome to my YouTube channel. It's Reviving Destinies. Here we revive destinies. So in this video, you read the title very well. I'm going to talk about the Nigerian movies or African magic movies. That's the name of the movies, or you can call them Nollywood movies. That's what they call it. Nollywood is an industry which makes those Nigerian movies. So that's what I'm going to emphasize. So there is very interesting and special things about Africa, about the Nigerian movies, because out of many movies which I've seen in Africa, starting from my country, Nigerian movies, it focus almost 100% of the time. It shows the African customs, way of living, cultures, and the norms of Africans on the daily basis. You can even see the drinks, food, almost everything which the African people do. The African movies or Nigerian movies do portrays that publicly on their platform, unlike many African televisions. So Nigerian movies on their television, you can find them operating in their channels. It's 152 on the channel in South Africa. I don't know in Nigeria how the television work, but in South Africa it's 152, 153, 154, 155. Those are the channels of the Nigerian movies which they portray. So Nigerian movies, they are separated into forms. There are those which they act while they act about their deep rural culture, where they portray men not wearing the actual clothes like the trousers, not wearing the clothes which where female only wear covering their breast and all, like the remaining parts of the body. So where they portray the chiefs, they portray their chiefs, their local chiefs, their community chiefs, where they are still in rural areas, and everything which they do is the actions of rural areas, where they have the chiefs which they call Igwe. So those are the first category. Then the second category are those which show the rural areas, which shows the villages, but not necessarily deep cultural like that one. They still have Igwes, but people, they still wear things, but they portray villages, and mostly those who portray villages, they also portray with cities also. You will find that there is a city and a rural area. People sometimes they travel from the cities, they go back to the rural areas, or they move from rural areas to the cities to look for greener pastures. Those are just the introduction or the background of what the Nigerian movies looks like. But I'm not going to emphasize on how they look like. I'm going to speak about is the Nigerian movies true? So that's how it is. So to explain this, I just wanted to touch more on their theme. When we speak about the theme, we are speaking about the main message, which is try to portray, which is try to be portrayed in a story, a film or a movie. That's how it is. So English people, they can argue that there is a difference between story and movie, but I'm not there for entertaining such. I'm just going to touch that. So but the film, like I said, the film is the main message. So the Nigerian movies, their main messages is what is true. So what they try to convey, their idea which they come up with, almost 90% of the time, or if not 100% of the time, their message is the true, is they show the realities of Africans. For example, when they portray poverty, poverty is something which is a real issue, and even the causes and the impact of poverty is a real issue in Africa. When they portray occultism, there are lots of occultic practices in Africa. You can see those ones where they join occultism, then they later become rich, become successful under sacrificing other human beings. Then whenever they get rich, their life, they enjoy their life for a certain time, then all of a sudden things turn against them. So those are the themes which you see, you can expect when you watch Nigerian movies. the occultism, and which is the truth in the African practices. The witchcraft part, which is appearing in African practices. So we encounter witchcraft practices in Africa. There are witchcraft practices everywhere around the world, in Asia, in America, in Europe, everywhere. I'm just touching in Africa for now. So reality issues where they portray issues like jealousy, slanderers, prostitution, pride, envy, revenge, all those things which they portray, the social issues, those are the truths. For example, also the other films are the churches where they portray false prophets versus the true churches. Those are the truth about the film of Nigerian movies. Those are their films. They are always portraying African customs, norms, ways of living, and also they are always exposing African problems and try to show the possible solutions to solve such problems. So that's how it is. However, their storyline, whenever we speak about the storyline, we are speaking about the plot of the movies. And also, when we also check at the arrangement, their storyline sometimes along that movie which has a true theme, that movie can portray some plots or storylines which are fiction. When we speak about fiction, we speak about an event which is imaginary or non-true. So along that movie, the main message in the movie is truth. Is the reality which is happening in people are experiencing it. However, you'll find out that their storyline, they are part of their storyline which is a fiction, or which is untrue, or which is imaginary, which does not exist in a real world. So that's the meaning of fiction. So for example, when they show the manifestation of ghosts, so there is no way where a person can see ghost with a naked eye. Those are just imaginary things. Issues like demons. Yes, there are demons, but you cannot see a demon with your naked eye. So the fact that they portray a demon to appear where it can be seen with a naked eye is a fiction on its own, is untruthful. However, what they are bringing in the table is truth. It's just that there are some part of their storylines which are not truth. The issues of spiritual powers, for example, where you'll find that pastors are fighting with or they try to portray that God is in battle with demons, but they show you the spiritual powers. Maybe they show you with the red color. Those things, they don't operate. You cannot see the spiritual power with your naked eye. But what they try to bring is the truth. But it's just that there are some part of the storyline, there are some part of the incidents which are just fictions. You cannot see a demon with your naked eye. And however, the true pastors of God do not fight with demons. It's God who fight our battle. It's just that into that case, they wanted to manifest their fame. It's just that the way they manifest their fame sometimes is fiction. So that's the truth of the matter. It's not like everything about them is not true. Then the last point to make about the Nigerian movies is most of them, they have that one main message, one main theme of the message, which is their main message, if you can follow it very well, is there is a price for everything which you are doing. So, for example, whenever you have seen when people join occultism, they get rich using people, then later those people, they die the mysterious death. Or you will find that there's a person who was practicing witchcraft, tormenting people, then later a person fall down. Or you will find out that there are robbers which were tormenting people, then they ended up being killed by the community or being arrested by the police. Or you will find out that there is someone who was falsely accused and maybe taken to the evil forest. That's what they usually portray. We don't have evil forest in the truth of the matter. Maybe just that they are portraying something. They are portraying some sort of punishment into that case. So, but now, like I said, that their main message is the truth. They will find that a person is falsely accused. Then later he got vindicated by God. They found out the truth behind all that thing. So their main messages, even in a real world practices, like we can say maybe 95% of the time is truth. But also that can be challenged. It's not like we can make a theory out of that whenever a person does something evil, he will got the punishment or he will got the prize on earth. Sometimes people get the prize when they face hell. So not all the problems, it's not like people will do bad things. Then whenever they do bad things, they will always got the bad result as a result of their bad things. There are some times where a person can be rich out of greed and selfishness, out of bad things, but still remain rich up until they die. That's the truth of the matter. They still remain rich up until they die, and while they got rich in a bad way, then you will find out that they will get the punishment only in hell. That's the truth of the matter. For example, the corrupt politicians which steal and like no one do anything about them, they even escape from stealing and all doing that. And also we can also give example about the empire, the British Empire, for example, wiped the populations of many people, like for example in Australia, in America, even in Africa. But they didn't get the consequences, the results on earth of what they have done. So it's not always the case. That can be challenged also, like I said. It's not always the case that a person will always get the punishment on earth. So that's what I can say in this video. Please don't forget to like the video, share it with other people. Let me see you on the next video. Shalom.